Module 10, Decision Making. Lesson 2, Cognitive Biases and Decision Making. Introduction. The fourth industrial revolution is transforming business operations. Integration of cyber-physical systems, automation, and data analytics. Small and medium-sized enterprises must navigate these changes with careful decision-making. Challenge. Cognitive biases can lead to flawed strategies and missed opportunities. Importance of recognizing cognitive biases. What are cognitive biases? Systematic deviations from rational judgment. Mental shortcuts that simplify decision-making but can cause errors. Impact on SMEs. Limited resources. Biased decisions have a greater impact. Intense competition requires accurate and nimble strategies. Industry 4.0. Agility. Biases hinder adoption of crucial innovations. Cognitive bias analysis of UX designer. The image is an infographic that provides a brief introduction to cognitive biases, specifically in the context of user experience, UX design. It starts with a definition of cognitive biases as tendencies or patterns of systematic errors, deviations from rationality. These biases can affect decision-making, behavior, human perception, memory, and judgment. It explains that cognitive biases often occur due to the human brain using shortcuts, heuristics, and rules of thumb, which can lead to distortions in perception. However, it highlights that cognitive biases can be helpful because they allow for quick reactions and help deal with information overload. The image further discusses the importance of designers being aware of these biases because they are predictable, systematic, and uncontrollable, involuntary. It explains that cognitive biases affect how users think and feel about a digital product or service. By predicting these biases and understanding their effects, UX designers can apply them to improve user experience, UX. The infographic also touches on the fact that UX researchers and designers themselves are subject to cognitive biases during different stages of their work, such as preparation, selection bias, research, expectancy bias, and analysis, confirmation bias. Lastly, it warns that while cognitive biases can be used to manipulate users, this may result in negative impacts in the long term. A section at the bottom also mentions the bias blind spot, which is the tendency for individuals to believe they are less biased than others. Key cognitive biases affecting decision-making, common biases, anchoring bias, confirmation bias, availability, heuristic overconfidence, bias, groupthink. Anchoring bias definition, over-reliance on the first piece of information, anchor, when making decisions. Impact on SMEs. Managers focus too much on historical data, may ignore current market conditions or rising costs. Example, pricing strategies based on past margins leading to uncompetitive prices. Mitigation strategies seek external benchmarks and industry expert opinions. Consider both historical and current data separately. Confirmation bias. Definition: seeking information that confirms existing beliefs while ignoring contradictory data. Impact on SMEs. Justifying existing strategies without considering alternatives. Example, ignoring negative market signals leading to overproduction. Mitigation strategies implement structured decision-making processes. Assign a devil's advocate to challenge assumptions. Availability, heuristic definition, relying on readily available information instead of comprehensive data. Impact on SMEs, hasty decisions based on recent events or trends. Example, overspending on cybersecurity after hearing about recent hacks. Mitigation strategies, analyze comprehensive data over time. Diversify information sources with external analysts and research. Overconfidence bias definition, excessive belief in one's own judgment or knowledge. Impact on SMEs, underestimating challenges and taking unnecessary risks. Example, overestimating the ability to implement Industry 4.0 solutions internally. Mitigation strategies, promote a culture of humility and critical assessment. Use scenario analysis and risk assessment frameworks. Groupthink definition, conforming to a consensus without critical evaluation of alternatives. Impact on SMEs, stifles creativity and diverse thought, leads to poorly considered decisions. Example: pursuing a market opportunity without assessing potential drawbacks due to social pressure. Mitigation strategies foster an open culture that values dissenting opinions, involve diverse perspectives in decision making. Strategies to mitigate cognitive biases, recognition and acknowledgement. Be aware of common biases affecting decisions. Structured decision making. Implement processes that encourage critical analysis, encourage diversity, include varied perspectives and expertise. Data-driven approaches leverage Industry 4.0 technologies for comprehensive data analysis. Continuous learning promote a culture of ongoing education and adaptability. Conclusion: impact of cognitive biases can distort decision-making, affecting strategies and efficiency. Importance of mitigation: recognizing and addressing biases leads to better outcomes. Leveraging Industry 4.0. Utilize modern technologies and collaborative processes. Final thought: effective decision-making is crucial for SMEs navigating the fourth industrial revolution.